Colonels outscoring Meadville 19-16 in that third quarter. They lead 44-33. Ray Reisdorf, Vic Kress back with you from Edinburgh.
Well, Meadville had their worst shooting quarter of the game. 3 for 14, Ray. 3 for 14. They are now shooting under 30% for the game. 9 for 33. 9 field goals in 3 quarters. So that you know, there's so many warts that you could find tonight. You know, shooting, rebounds. So,
and this is what you fear in the postseason, is having a night like this. But luckily for the Bulldogs, if they can't come back and win, you get a mulligan with an opportunity to still get to the PIAA round. But still a full quarter left as we're 13 seconds into the fourth quarter. Meadville ball. Foster and dribbled that one off the leg and out of bounds.
Well, nothing's gone right for them tonight. They've shot themselves in the foot. We're not going to blame it on the referees or anything like that. They've just played very poorly. I mean, Strong Vincent's outclassed them. It's that simple.
Yeah, they started out by getting killed on the glass in the first half, and then there's a steal, though. Maybe a sign of hope. McClure to Boynton on transition, lays it in and a foul. Boynton converts his second field goal of the game. He's got 4, and he'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play if he can convert.
Good play by Boynton.
And McClure with the steal and the nice little kind of lob outlet feed with enough touch on it to allow Boynton to get underneath it as the foul is called on Tajamir Jones. And the free throw is good by Boynton.
Boynton fears no man. I mean, he'll drive in among the giants. He doesn't bother him.
44-36. Strong Vincent. Pointer. Lead pass ahead. Under the basket, it's Williams. Hit the underneath of the rim, but was fouled.
And that's definitely on Shaq. That's got to be number 3 on the big man.
Lindsay will pick up his 3rd personal foul. And again, give Lindsay credit. He picked up 2 quick fouls, and he's played the majority of the game with the 2 before picking up the 3rd.
Well, he's tapered his defensive play. You know, he's played a little conservative.
His teammates have stepped up, though, with a lot of blocked shots, but maybe it's hurt him on the glass. You're right, Vic, as Williams hits the free throw. He's got 14. I agree with you there. He has several blocks in the game, but Meadville's got beaten on the glass. That was their 3rd team foul, by the way, as Williams hits both foul shots.
See, we get a nice 3-point play, and they come back with a basket or 2 fouls.
46-36 Colonels.
We have no runs. You know, we haven't been able to get a run.
Foster open 3, right wing, nails it.
That's the first 3-point shot of the game. No, second. Clean had one.
46-39. Meadville trapping. And a long outlet pass over the timeline to Williams. Williams.
Ooh, boy, little hand check. Hand check foul that time.
Fouled on the left baseline. Faison McClure's 3rd personal foul, 4th Meadville team foul.
That was the new rule foul there.
6:57 left.
Hand check.
Colonels 46, Bulldogs 39. Colonels will sub in Jason Miller in for Tajamir Jones.
All year long, the Bulldogs have had a run. I mean, they had it against Oral City in the 3rd quarter, but tonight they've not been able to put points together.
Looking for Pointer on the inlet pass, and it's knocked away and stolen by Boynton, as that was Wolford trying to feed him down in the low post from the baseline. Clune drives, stops, fires one up to the glass, no good. Lindsay, with the rebound. His turnaround, no good. And a rebound grabbed by Miller underneath. Miller being harassed by Clune. And because of that, Shannon Pulliam has to call a timeout as he was about 91 feet from the basket on this college floor. A 30-second timeout. Colonels are out of 30s, 2 fulls remaining. 6:40 left in the game. Vic, Meadville down by 7.
And you can see Coach McElhaney over there. He's frustrated. Frustrated, no call that time. I think he thought, who was it? Was it Parker or Clune that he thought should have got a foul call?
Might have been Clune, and then Lindsay missed that putback on the left side.
Right. Clune having a tough night. This is the toughest shooting night. You got to credit, though, a lot to the Colonel defense on him. They've really been playing him tight, and he hasn't really had too many easy shots. I think the easiest shot he had all night was the very first one he took, the 3-pointer that he drilled.
All the way back, he scored in the first quarter on that 3, and 1 field goal in the 3rd. He's been held in check. Team's leading scorer held to just 5 points.
2 for 11.
Meadville trapping on the far sideline. Morris with a diagonal pass. He finds an open Wolford. A 2-on-1. Wolford dishes left side. And a block by Lindsay on Miller. Lindsay saves it from going out of bounds to McClure. McClure finds Clune, and a whistle and a foul coming up against the Colonels.
Boy, there's a play by Lindsay, huh? That's a great hustle play.
Not only to block on the 2-on-1, but then to save it from going out of bounds.
That's the 8th foul.
Brian Williams' second personal foul, 8th team foul on Vincent. Line to the left goes McClure. Front end of a 1-and-1, no good.
You can't do that. Fourth quarter foul shooting.
Morris. It's now 3-on-2.
Nice
what a ball
Morris.
fake to the right, then drove left, missed it off the rim. Pointer with the rebound. And Anthony Boitnott pleading his case, but it's going to be called on Boitnott. The foul on Meadville. That's Boitnott's 4th, Meadville's 5th team foul. Left baseline, right of the basket. Samil Wolford. That's Morris, inbounding. And Boitnott knocks it away and looking for Wolford. Foul shooting has killed Meadville in this game, Vic.
Yeah, and it's hurt us. It's hurt us before.
Wolford quickly into Pointer, who had position underneath the basket, hits the easy bank shot in tight. Pointer now in double figures with 10.
I saw him coming in the gym, and I thought, is that guy a basketball player? Well,
48-39 Colonels. McClure driving, missed the runner. Rebound Williams. 5:56 left to go in the game. And Clune trying to swat the ball away from Wolford, whacked him on the wrist, and a foul coming up. That'll be Clune's 3rd personal foul. And the 6th Meadville team foul.
Well, Coach McElhaney had talked about this in his pregame show. He was worried about rebounding, and I guess he had every right to be, because that's where it all started. That's where the early advantage occurred.
Full timeout by Meadville. We'll keep it here with 5:53 remaining in the final quarter in this first AAA semifinal from Edinburgh. 48-39 Vincent.
Coach McElhaney over there, that's trying to get one last gasp, trying to get one run. I mentioned Meadville has not had a run tonight, and they need it to get back in this game. There's almost 6 minutes left. You're only down 9, but we've struggled stopping the other team. I mean, when we do get a basket, they get a basket.
Seems to have been the story of the game, Vic. There's no question about that.
Yeah, and the shooting's been woeful from the field. And other than Foster's had a terrific night at the foul line, but the other dogs have struggled shooting fouls. So all these things add up. They're all things that add up, and you have to credit the Colonels here. They came in here and they've kept the pressure on. They've gotten good guard play. Pointer's been a real surprise to me in the post. I mean, he's really hurt us tonight in that post.
Update on the individual scoring. It looks like this for the Colonels. 8 for Wolford, 11 for Morris. Brian Williams with a game-high 15. 2 apiece for Harvard and Miller, and 10 for Pointer. Meadville with 5 from Boitnott, 6 from McClure, 2 from Lindsay, 16 from Foster, 5 from Clune, 4 from Parker, and 1 from Alec Byam. Foul situation looks like this. 8 team fouls for the Colonels, 6 for Meadville as we're back to live action. Wolford in transition, wraparound pass. Missing the layup was Pointer, and then Pointer commits a foul. Shannon Pulliam giving him an earful because he committed about 80 feet from the basket.
Well, I'm glad that Pointer didn't run him over. I mean, he would have been like a cement truck.
Kyle Pointer's 3rd personal foul, 9th team foul on the Colonels with 5:46 remaining in the game. Timeout situation looks like this, by the way. The Colonels have 2 fulls, Meadville with 2 full timeouts remaining in the contest. Line to the left goes Shaq Lindsay. Front end of a 1-and-1 and hits a big one right there.
3 points for little Shaq. I say little Shaq because his dad's Big Shaq.
48-40 Colonels. Lindsay's second foul shot rolls in.
Okay, now,
4.
let's get a steal, a basket. Put some pressure on the Colonels.
Meadville down 7. That's the closest they've been
Here's
in a
that
little
trap.
while. Miller got rid of it through the double team to Wolford. Wolford's pass to Brian Williams. Stops, and a block by Lindsay. Loose ball recovered by strong Vincent. Wolford threw it away.
There's a steal.
Lindsay came up with the steals. He was looking for Pointer on the left side of the key.
Push, push, push.
Clune finds Boitnott, left corner. Diagonal pass to Foster in the forecourt. Foster peeled away from Wolford. Now Foster one-on-one on Wolford. Drives down the lane. Foster blocked, then saved it from going out of bounds. Boitnott with a wild shot. No good, but a foul. Kind of a late whistle down there, but the Meadville fans liking it. That'll be on the other 0, Samil Wolford, his third.
And this would be a 2-shot foul automatically anyhow.
Meadville is now in the double bonus with 5:11 remaining in the game. Again, the third foul on Wolford. Boitnott hits the foul shot. Where would Meadville be in this game without Anthony Boitnott's contribution?
Well, you know, Boitnott has come out. He didn't play much in the start of the year, but Coach McElhaney has found a really good guy off the bench, and he's going to be a good starter for him next year.
Again, line to the left. Boitnott, the southpaw. Second free throw.
Wow.
No spin or rotation on that one, and he buried it.
Well, he'll tell you what, 5 points. That's the closest we've been since when?
Since early third quarter at 25-20.
Can the Dunkville Dogs, who haven't had a dunk tonight, but they're within 5 of the Colonels. And if Meadville fans are up and at them.
You can hear them in our headsets. 5:04 remaining in the game. Meadville down 5. Pointer to the near side for Brian Williams. Trapped by McClure and Clune. And then threw up what looked like to be a pass. It hit the rim.
Pulliam's out on the floor. I'll tell you what.
With the officials, and he just got a technical.
Well, I can't believe it. And that's the second technical, right?
No, they didn't call the technical on him.
Because if that was a second technical, he'd have been gone. Or was there a technical call?
Well, there was originally a timeout.
Could have been a timeout. Yeah, it could have been a
full timeout. So the Colonels are down to 1 timeout.
He should have got it. Why didn't he get a technical?
I think he did. I think they're just doing the timeout.
Okay.
First, we'll see when they return.
Well, you know,
with
that's
4:56 left in the game. The Bulldogs are down 5.
That's huge because, you know, if it's a technical, we not only get the technical, but we get the ball inbound.
I'll double check it for you. This is what happened, Vic, and this is what's nice about having Tom Reisenweber's blog up here. Somebody from the stands yelled for a timeout. That's what Shannon Pulliam said, and they gave the timeout to Strong Vincent because of that. It leaves them with just 1 full timeout remaining.
So there's no technical.
I don't believe so. Maybe they gave Pulliam a mulligan on that because of what happened. If it was indeed someone from the crowd or maybe behind the Vincent bench yelling for it, or maybe from the Meadville crowd yelling for it, who knows?
Wow.
It's been a little bit of a bizarre night tonight, hasn't it?
And that's a big break for Strong Vincent.
Yes.
I mean, they keep the bat. The main thing
they
is
did lose a
keep the
timeout, though, but they have a 5-point lead. Meadville again trapping on the near sideline. Morris hemmed in on the baseline. Oh, beautiful feed underneath, and Pointer lays it in the deep post.
Pointer's killed us. A guy like that shouldn't kill us, you know? He really shouldn't.
Well, Meadville, what they got to avoid here is letting the Colonels get back up double digits. They almost threw it away to Clune, and then Clune did throw it away looking for Pointer. In his defense, he was leaning out of bounds. It was a bad diagonal pass to Clune on the right baseline, who was open, and then he tried to save it to Parker.
Boy, we had it down to 5.
Yep.
5 points.
Meadville needs a stop right here. I believe they can't give up a basket here. Morris bumped, lost the basketball in the right corner, and has it stolen away. Good job of McClure and Clune on the double team trap.
Clune with a good double.
Outlet feed ahead to McClure. McClure spins away from Wolford, and then he is blocked by Brian Williams underneath. Now driving on the right side of the lane was Morris. He's fouled by Foster. Something happened in transition where Clune fell down, and the Meadville fans were upset about it.
Clune is either hurt or he's out of gas. He's limping to the foul line.
Armani Foster commits his 3rd personal foul, and Colonel's now in the bonus 7th Meadville team foul, and that will send David Morris to the line, although he was in the act of shooting.
Good foul shooter.
2 foul shots coming up for David Morris. So they're going to call it a 1-and-1. I thought for sure he was in the act of shooting, but he misses the front end of a 1-and-1. That's big right there, Vic.
Yeah, but we got to hit some shots. 3:47. The clock is definitely not an ally of the Meadville Bulldogs.
Down to 3:43 remaining in a 50-43 game.
And you can't fiddle and faddle.
Foster 3 from the left wing. Up and in, counting and a foul. What a shot. Oh, my.
Wow, you know what? This is a 5-point opportunity. This is a 5-point opportunity. Wow. You make these two, we could come within a deuce. Oh, boy.
It'll just be the 1, Vic, of course. But the key is there.
Well, it's a 1-and-1, isn't it?
No, he hit the 3. He's going to get the extra one for the 4-point play. But Miller just fouled out of the game. He's one of their starters for Vincent, 6'4" senior.
The problem is Parker is 2 for 7. 2 for 7 at the foul line. Well, if he could convert, he makes this and make it a 3-point play.
Unless you're saying they didn't. No, it should be Foster shooting the foul shot, I thought, because he was fouled on the 3-pointer.
No.
They called it away from the ball.
That was away from the ball, yeah. And that's why I thought this might have been a... the foul actually happened on the shot. Foster released the ball.
Jason Miller fouls out. Foster with 19. And we weren't the only ones that were initially. I think you were right on it. I was confused for a second.
Yeah, Foster shot the ball, but at the same time almost there was a foul call. Yeah. And Parker's going to the line.
You're right, Vic. This potentially could be the 5-point play. What a shot by Parker.
And he does get the 1-on-1.
Hitting the 1-and-1.
So it's a 5-point play.
It's double bonus. It's 2 automatically now.
That's
double
right.
bonus time for Meadville.
It's 2, so it's a 5-point play opportunity.
And
yes.
Parker's second.
5-point. Put a circle around that. 5-point play. 5-point play with 3:37 to go.
Wolford passes over the timeline to Jones.
2-point game. How about, could you imagine this is a
Wolford
game?
Trapped in front of the timeline. Moving to his left, a bounce pass deflected, stolen by Clune. Outlets to McClure. 2-on-1 for Meadville. McClure lays it in, we're tied at 50.
No, charge.
They call the offensive foul, they wave it off.
Charge.
Meadville crowd was about ready to explode. 3:15 remaining, and now they do it in the reverse fashion.
This game has had everything, man.
Boos.
This is had. Boy, the fans are up. The natives are restless.
That is the 4th foul on Faison McClure.
I've never seen Coach McElhaney
this animated.
No,
no, we have not. Well, it's been entertaining, that's for sure. Jones underneath, Pointer's wide open. He lays it in, and Clune commits a silly foul.
Yeah, that's Clune's smarter than that. There's no way. Pointer had already released the ball when Clune tried to go up and block it, you know.
That's letting the emotion of the moment. But we know Trevor's good at bouncing back from this type of thing. It happened down in Sharon when he committed a technical.
But the worst thing is that's his 4th foul.
That is his 4th personal foul, but it happened in a game down at Sharon where he committed a technical and came back and was big down the stretch.
This Pointer, I can't believe Pointer's the guy. You know, we were talking about Morris hurting us and Wolford. Pointer's the guy. Pointer has killed us tonight.
So it could have been a tie game. Pointer with a 3-point play as he hits the foul shot. 53-48. Strong Vincent with 2:51 remaining. Clune drives down the lane. Might have been partially blocked from behind. Missed the line drive. Morris comes up with it. Morris stops at the foul line and then crosses over to the right. No shot. Foul on Meadville.
Oh,
9th team foul on the Bulldogs.
We came so close to coming back all the way. Well, we did come back all the way. We tied it.
David Morris.
We tied it.
Go to the line. Faison McClure. His evening is over. Fouls out with 6 points.
We tied this game, I think, at 48 all, and the Colonels have run off.
It was 50-48, and the McClure basket would have tied the game until it was waved off on the player control foul.
That was wishful thinking.
With 2 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter, it's 53-48 Strong Vincent.
And Strong Vincent has led all the way. All the way.
Meadville uses a full timeout here. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the game, Vic. We may go back and look at this swing as the moment of the game that turned for Meadville when it could have and probably should have been a 50-all tie on one end, and then swung down to the other end, and
that was the
foul by Clune on the basket by Pointer.
That was the call of the game. We're not saying it's a bad call, but it's a call that, boy, he doesn't blow that whistle, it's a tie game. I mean, that's a thin gray line when you're making a call like that.
According to my calculations, the Colonels and the Bulldogs both now with a full timeout remaining. This has been one of the stranger games as far as technicals, certain situations.
Questionable calls.
And I believe until there was an explanation given as to why Pulliam was so mad, that I thought they teed him up initially.
I did too.
And then
I thought they should have, because you've seen him running out on the floor like that. That should have been a technical.
But apparently, if what happened, if what Tom Reisenweber said, and of course, if Tom Reisenweber's so good at what he does, I believe him. What a strange thing to have somebody from the crowd yell for a timeout and have the referee call it. Strange goings here. As David Morris, Meadville committing their 10th team foul, by the way, so that will send Morris to the line to shoot 2. As that McClure 5th personal foul was the 10th Meadville team foul. Morris to the line, has not scored in the 4th quarter till that free throw goes in. He's got 12 in the game.
Well, we've done a good job, on him, but Pointer
and Williams with 15 apiece for the Colonels. Second free throw by Morris, up and in. Morris with 13.
Well, that's clutch. That's clutch from the sophomore.
Big time. 55-48. Colonels 2:35 remaining in the game. Foster.
You got to shoot. You can't. Oh boy, behind the back.
His pocket pick, but it went right to Parker, who drives, banks it in, and a foul on the Colonels will send Parker to the line.
Well, Parker's come along in this 4th quarter with 4 points, looking for 5.
A fortuitous bounce there as the ball was stripped, and it ended up bouncing almost like a pass right to Alex Parker, who puts it off the window, and in the foul is on Williams. Brian Williams' 3rd foul of the game.
Need the foul shot, and then the 1-3-1 the trap.
Double bonus for Meadville the rest of the way. Parker to the line. Wouldn't have mattered there. It was the 3-point play. Parker has 9.
And that's, Parker only had 2 points at halftime. He's a good second half, especially in the 4th quarter.
Gets the big 3-point play, 55-51 in the mid lane. Slicing through 2 defenders as Brian Williams missed it off the window. Rebound out to Boitnott.
Foul could have been called on number 5, Williams.
Boitnott, Foster, Lindsay, Clune, Parker. With McClure fouled out of the game, 2:02 left in the 4th quarter. Clune head fakes a 3, but he's well defended by Morris.
No turnover. Get a good shot. That's the key. Get a good shot.
Foster between the circles.
They're taking an awful lot of time.
Lindsay at the foul line underneath the Parker. Catches, banks it in with Morris flying by him. It's a 2-point Colonel lead.
Hey, Parker brought his lunch bucket here in the second half. The blue-collar kid with a big second half.
7 points in the 4th quarter for Parker. And then a hook pass is deflected and goes out of bounds. Last touched by Lindsay.
I'll tell you, there's some frenzied fans right underneath us, Ray. I'll tell you what, I'm glad we're up here. We have a cement block wall behind us.
It's been a strange game, but it's been a fun game with 1:31 remaining in the 4th quarter on the
We keep being out of the game and then coming back.
Inbounded, Morris now receives the pass and backs up. He's 5 feet in front of the timeline. He'll swing it over to the left side for Jones. Bounce pass to the right side to Brian Williams.
Running
the weave in the forecourt with 1:12 remaining.
Little weave.
Morris picks up his dribble, drives to the near wing. Bounce pass to Wolford. Wolford drives to the right block. His pass deflected. It's loose on the floor. Foster grabs it, calls a timeout. It's a smart play. Meadville's now out of timeouts. It'll be a full, but what a play by Armani Foster.
This is really interesting on what Coach McElhaney's going to call from the sideline.
59.5 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Meadville down 2.
You have several choices. He's not going to do this. One theory would be you could just wait, run the clock down, and hope to get a game winner or a tying shot, but we don't do that very well, so we're not going to do it. I'm sure that he's going to say, okay, pass the ball, get a good shot, and he's going to look for Foster or Clune to take the shot ideally. ideally. Those are the two guys that have carried you all year, 18 points a game each about. So those are two guys. But, you know, if you can find Parker. Parker's had an unbelievable fourth quarter here. I mean, he's had 7 points. His only credit in the first half was he had 2 foul shots, but he had missed 5 of them. So he was 2 for 7 at the foul line. But he has been awesome here in the fourth quarter.
Meadville will keep the same 5 on the floor. McClure is fouled out. If you just tuned in, they'll go with Clune, Foster, Parker, Boitnott, and Lindsay.
I'll tell you what, Foster, Clune going to hit a 3-point shot, and this place will go crazy.
Colonels will have Jones, Morris, Wofford, Brian Williams, and Pointer on the floor.
Full court man-to-man pressure.
You got it. Clune will inbound, lobs it to a wide-open Parker, who brings it over the timeline.
Get rid of the ball, Parker. Get rid of the ball.
Parker goes back to Jason Clune. In front of the timeline, hands it off to Foster. Mid-timeline. Right side now to Boitnott.
Oh, bad pass by Boitnott.
Taken away by Brian Williams. Brian Williams in transition. Lindsay on him, blocks the shot underneath. Williams gets his own rebound, slips, and travels.
Boy, Meadville gets another reprieve. Bad pass by Boitnott. That's what I say. You want your ball handlers to have the ball. You don't want Parker to hand it. You want Foster. And Clure's not in there, so Boitnott and Foster are your guards. But now there's a wet spot. The referee's addressing it. That was a great slip there because Meadville gets the ball.
39 seconds remaining. Full length of the floor, right to left. Meadville will be forced to go down 2.
Boy, we've had our chances to tie. McClure got called for a charge that would have tied it earlier at 50-50, and now we've got a chance at the end of the game to tie it.
Foster, double team, quickly gets it to Lindsay. Pass over the timeline to Clune. Jason Clune on the left wing.
Jason Clune.
Swirls away and hands it over to Lindsay. Lindsay between the circles with 27 seconds left in the game.
Clune or Foster?
Lindsay, top of the key, Parker. Parker hands it off to Shack. 20 seconds left in the game. Meadville down 2.
Clune or Foster?
Clune weaving with Foster. 14 seconds remaining in the game.
Clune or Foster?
Foster with 10 seconds remaining, drives and feeds it over to Parker. Parker stripped by Pointer. Outlet pass ahead to Williams. 3 seconds left in the game. Lindsay trying to foul him. And he
is out on the floor again. That's a technical foul.
He commits the foul. Williams missed the layup, but with 0.8 left on the clock, it will send Williams to the line.
Pulliam comes out on that floor. That's a technical foul.
Lindsay with his 4th personal, but now Meadville's got to hope for a miss and a miracle.
So why didn't Meadville play like this the first 3 quarters?
And boy, Parker had a good look. He mishandled the initial pass and would have had a pretty good look at the basket. First foul shot by Williams is up and in. Williams with a team-high 16 points. And the Colonels will use their final timeout, a final full timeout with 0.8, 0.8 of a second left in the game.
This has been a barn burner.
Sure has.
It's been a barn burner. And, you know, they're going to say we could have, we should have, we didn't.
Well, there were so many missed opportunities, especially in that third quarter, Vic.
Yes, well, we lost this game in the first half. You know, we lost this game in the first half.
You think about the early run in the third when Meadville got it to 5, but the swing of the game that everyone's going to look at is going to be the player control foul on McClure that would have tied the game at 50. They had a layup called back, and then on the other end, Pointer converted on a quick 3-point play, and that's where the momentum really swung. Meadville still had possession of the ball with a chance to tie the game.
But we got off in the hole right off the bat, a 7-point deficit, and we just never got over the hill. We never got the lead. You know, within 2 points several times late.
Well, the first indication is that Meadville, barring something incredible happening, is
it's happened so far tonight, maybe.
Going to the AAA play-in game.
You got to miss the shot, and we got to throw a home run ball. There's a miss. Got to throw it down the court.
And now Lindsay, it was partially blocked off with a free throw miss, and it fell out of bounds to the Meadville sideline. Some of the Meadville fans wanting a foul at the end of that to no avail, and that will end the game.
Wow.
56-53 is your final from the Macomb Fieldhouse. So the strong Vincent Colonels advance to the District 10 AAA championship game to meet either Girard or Cathedral Prep, and the Bulldogs will still have an opportunity to advance to the PIAA round as they will head to the AAA consolation game for the right to head to the PIAA dance. We'll take our final timeout, we'll tally up the numbers, and we will say so long from the Macomb Fieldhouse, but that's after one more timeout. Again, the final here from Edinburgh, it's the Colonels 56 and the Bulldogs 53 on the Allegheny News Sox Sports Network.